house in Soho, where he shared with us not only an incredible acoustic set of music, but also some of his thoughts and ideas. Here's the in-concert artist profile on Julian Lennon.
The whole album was written basically towards myself. All of the material was written towards me. I mean, I felt that in the past that I was perhaps a little lazy in a lot of things that I did, even in songwriting. You know, I go write lyrics and go, ah, that's okay, next. And I don't think there was enough determination and focus or passion. And it was a time for me to change things about that and bring about a new positive side to my life, not only in my personal life but in my career too. And it was just very tough. And finally I just said, you know, I was unhappy with myself because I wasn't strong enough to face up to people. You know, I wouldn't speak my mind, and that would make me feel so miserable. And after years and years, after 27 years before I started working on myself, of feeling this way, it was a bit of a challenge, and still is a bit of a challenge. There's still things I'm uncomfortable with, but again, you know, I felt that as long as I'm honest and true with myself, I've got nothing to be afraid of anymore. I'd been through a hard time after the first album. I mean, the first album was great, and got very much rushed into the second album. Didn't know what the hell was happening, really. And couldn't really say anything because I didn't have any control or sort of power at that stage. And it did an album that I wasn't very happy with, was very miserable about, in fact. And the album didn't do well, and I wasn't happy with it. It sort of went downhill from there in many, many ways. And literally, I looked at myself in the mirror one day and said, what have I done to myself, you know? And I looked in the mirror and said, you know, this is not what I'm here for.
Take me home for the ride. You won't be alone. We won't be alone tonight. I am standing in the shadows of the garden, confessing to the pale moon above. There's a darkness in the air that seems to guide me. If you want to see the heartache, you can look into my eyes. Take me home for the ride. I won't cry alone. Take me home for the ride. You won't cry alone.
I think you have to go through a lot of painful or bad experiences to appreciate the good side of life.
Tonight.
And although we all don't want bad experiences, they happen whether we like it or not. You know, it's kind of yin and the yang, the white and the black. It's always there. It's not going to go away. So it's also a question of understanding that in life, that sometimes you're going to be down and you have no choice about it. And as long as you realize that and work with it and understand and maybe grow from that experience, then it's not such a bad thing.
In the bed of iron they cast the final weapon just to keep the people working. Gotta keep the people working. In the bed of iron they cast the final weapon just to keep the people working. Gotta keep the people working. Well, you can marvel at precision. You can dial a telephone, call up color vision from the safety of your home. No cause I don't discriminate. I sell to those who buy. There never was an innocent who didn't want to die. In the bed of iron they cast the final weapon just to keep the people working. Gotta keep the people working. In the bed of iron they cast the final weapon just to keep the people working. Gotta keep the people working.
I play every instrument very badly, basically. I had one piano lesson when I was a kid, you know, with this blue-haired lady that whacked me on the hand with a piece of wood when I hit the wrong note, and I thought, this is not the way to learn music. So I sort of taught myself, and I play by ear. And generally, the only thing I can play is what I write, or you know, what I teach myself. You know, I've always played a mixture of everything, you know. It's just I've never sort of credited myself for it before.
Whether air, sea or battleground, desert, sand or snow, when they sell the final weapon, we can all watch it blow. In the bed of mine, they cast the final weapon just to keep the people working. Gotta keep the people working. In the bed of mine, they cast the final weapon just to keep the people working. Gotta keep the people working.
Something my grandmother used to say to me whenever she used to get really pissed at anybody having a go at her for any particular reason, she'd just say, let them fish. So I thought, well, this is a point which I've reached that is different from any other. I'm happier with myself. I don't care much about anybody else's opinions anymore, so let them all fish, you know.
It's the first